Hello, everyone. This is the 12th class for social psychological perspectives on health. In this class, I will cover chapter 15, Unlocking the Social Cure Group for Health. Throughout this course, I have talked how social identity and social identification is important for our health. And in this chapter, I will talk how the knowledge developed and established through academic research can be applied into practice. Okay, so from science to practice. Social connectedness and group connectedness in particular is important for our healthy life. I hope that this is already clear to everyone who are listening to this class. So when people feel that they are connected to others, and then especially when they feel that they are part of a group, then they have a better well-being. Belonging to social groups reduces negative impacts of stress, depression relapse, and helps to cope with consequences of injury. So we have learned all of these effects in the previous lectures. Okay. When people belong to a group, then the way they think about the stressors would be different. And also when they belong to groups, the possibility, the likelihood that they would experience depression again will be reduced. And then how they cope with consequences of injury would be also different. That is because when they belong to groups or when they have salient identities that is effective at coping with injuries, then they would perceive the stress as differently than as an individual. Then they would feel that they can cope with the consequences of injury, and thus they would feel less stress. So these knowledge accumulated through academic research, but how can we translate our knowledge into interventions? In other words, does it really work? Do we have any evidence that it really works? So in the last class, in the chapter about depression, we already have learned that there are several research that looked at how group identification can help homeless people not to being depressed. But in this chapter, I hope that I can give more examples, and then you may learn how to actually apply the knowledge of social cure to practice. Okay, so current strategies to manage social disconnection. Group interventions targeting at isolation are more effective among older people than one-on-one interventions. So even before this social identity approach has been developed, some research have already shown that group interventions targeting isolation are more effective when they interventions targeting at isolation are more effective when they are conducted in a group rather than in one-on-one. So between a participant, patient and a therapist. Okay, so there has been already evidence like this. And interventions targeting social skills training or providing opportunities for social interaction were not effective in reducing loneliness. So in the previous lectures, we have learned that typical therapies target at learning social skills will provide opportunities to interact with other people so that people would be better integrated in society, or people would have better social skills so that they would not feel lonely. However, we have already known that these social skill training do not work well, and then even being given opportunities to interact with others, people tend not to feel better in terms of their loneliness. And that is because how people can develop and practice their social skills. It depends on with whom they are training, they are testing their social skills, and then with whom they are interacting with. They are interacting. So if they're just practicing their social skills with strangers, or when they are just given opportunities to interact with strangers, then their well-being or loneliness would not be improved. Instead, maybe they feel more awkwardness when they interact with social skills, and that kind of awkwardness would make them feel that, okay, again, I cannot communicate with others well, and this is how I am, so I cannot change, right? So the key is that people can feel that they share a good membership with others, and when they can feel that way, they can better communicate with others. Okay, so three key factors that make group intervention effective. First, groups work as a place for communication and contact among those who have similar problems and goals. So as I said, when they have contact or communication with strangers that they know nothing about them, it doesn't work well as a place for communication. Just they feel the awkwardness between them, and then they feel maybe they even feel more lonely, right? And two, a place for developing and testing social skills. Groups can be a place for developing and testing social skills. So social skills can be securely trained and developed only when they feel that they are communicating with members of an in-group. Okay. Otherwise, they feel that maybe they would be evaluated by others, and then if they do something wrong, then they would be afraid that they would be negatively evaluated. But if they understand that they are communicating with in-group members, then they should feel more safer. They should feel safer to make errors, mistakes, and thus they can truly focus on developing their social skills. Third, groups provide supportive social environment. So as we have seen, when they know that others are in-group members, then they are more likely to provide social support, and then they're more likely to happily accept social support given to them. So when they know that they are in a group, they can feel that they are in a supportive environment, and thus they would feel safer to make mistakes as well, and thus again they can develop social skills with more with a feeling of safeness. Okay. Well, yeah, with a feeling of being supported. And also, this is something we have seen many times throughout the lectures, but social identification is a necessary condition for groups to provide these factors. So it is not a merely group membership, status of group membership. It is not just whether they are a member or not. More importantly, they need to feel that they identify with the groups, and those who highly identify with those groups tend to have better experiences. Okay. So let's look at one example. And this is the intervention study done by Haslam and colleagues. The social treatment, the benefits of group interventions in residential care settings. So in this study, the researchers worked with elderly people living in a residential care home. Okay. And then they looked at how their memory performance can be improved, as well as how their well-being can be improved. And then as intervention, they use the technique of reminiscence. Reminiscence involves the sharing of past memories and experiences, usually with the aid of objects, photographs, music, or other tangible materials. So elderly people will have some objects that can make them remember the past memories. I don't know what could be the example. Maybe some toys that they use when they are small, or maybe some clothes that they wear when they were young. Okay, so they use these objects would help them to remember their past memories. Okay, and there are three conditions: group reminiscence, individual reminiscence, and control group. Okay, so in the group reminiscence condition, elderly people gathered in a place and then they remember the past memories and then share the past memories with everyone else. And the individual reminiscence condition, they remember their memories and they share the past memories, but they share the past memories with the therapist or maybe the staff of the residential care home. Okay. In the control group, the elderly people played the Skittles. The Skittle is a game showing in this picture. So basically, this is like a bowling game, but they tend to play on the table. So they just sit in the chair and they have a small ball and then they have some pins and then they throw the ball to hit the pins and then compete how many pins they can strike with a ball. Okay. So the result, changes in memory performance. So the higher values indicate better memory performance. So participants in this intervention study completed the memory task and then other measures before the intervention and after the intervention. So that is called pre-intervention measures and then post-intervention measures. And as you can see, these values are changes in memory performance. So they typically subtract the memory performance after, subtract the memory performance. Sorry. So they subtract the pre-memory performance from post-memory performance, post-intervention memory performance. So again, the higher values should indicate the better memory performance after the intervention. And as you can see, group reminiscence condition show the higher memory performance after the intervention compared to individual reminiscence condition and group control condition. Okay. And you may wonder why this is the case. And then in the article, they introduced a comment given by one of the participants. So this was expressed eloquently by one of the residents who stated after the intervention that taking part made me think I ought to concentrate more on what other people say. So in the individual reminiscence condition, participants needed to remember their past memories and then talk about the memories to the therapist or the staff member of the residential care home. But in the group reminiscence condition, participants not only share their own memories, but also listen to the memories shared by other members. Okay. So I guess there was more cognitive effort needed in the group reminiscence condition than individual reminiscence condition. And in the group control condition, they did not remember any memories, and thus they did not use much cognitive effort, and thus it didn't contribute to the improvement of memory performance. Okay, and next, well-being. So group reminiscence condition and individual reminiscence condition did not improve their well-being, but instead, group control condition improved their well-being. And this is because, group control condition is actually a group condition where people play the skittles with other members. Okay, so I guess in the group control condition, they still feel that they are part of a group. And this kind of feeling made them feel better in terms of their well-being and life satisfaction or life quality, I guess. And in the group reminiscence condition, they should have felt that they are a member of a group, they are part of a group, but why did they not show the improvement in well-being, right? And this is probably because when they remember the past memories, the memories remembered tend to be more positive, and they are likely to compare the past and the present. And then because the memories remembered tend to be positive, they would think that the current situation is not as positive as in the past. So this kind of feeling may be kind of counteract, or maybe that just reduce the effect of group interventions on well-being. So group reminiscence condition could have improved well-being if they did not compare the past and current situation in that way. Okay. But in individual reminiscence condition, they compared between the past and the current, and then they also worked only in a individual one-on-one setting, so they did not show the improvement in well-being. Only group control condition showed improvement. And the last, changes in identification. I'm very different from others here. So unlike expectation, group reminiscence condition and group control condition did not show the improvement in identification. And the authors say that this is because the group identification was already high at the pre-intervention measure. So they have already developed pretty strong group identification with a residential care setting. And then even after the intervention, they did not show the improvement or increase in the identification. But I guess importantly, in the individual reminiscence condition, because they had to remember their past memories individually, they had developed a feeling of being different from others. This is because the memories remembered was different from the current situation. So there is a difference between the past situation and the current situation. And this kind of situation maybe made them feel that, okay, I am in a different situation than before, and maybe this is only myself. If they have shared their memories with others, then they would realize that, okay, everyone is feeling different from the past, and at least I'm similar to others now, right? But in individual reminiscence condition, they had no opportunities to share their memories with others. So this resulted in a way that they feel that they are different from others. Okay, and then maybe this kind of, yeah, okay, sorry. I thought this should be translated into the lower well-being, but this was not observed. Okay. So I think what is important here is that actually the task they engage in matters. So when they remember past memories, they may develop better memory performance. And when they engage in some just fun activities, maybe their well-being would be improved. But when they remember past memories, it doesn't help them to improve their well-being. And so basically what they do actually matters, what kind of consequences or benefits they can gain. And on top of that, I think what is important here is that regardless of what they do and regardless of the positive effects they would have more benefits if they work in a group. And this is consistent with what I have been talking throughout this course. Okay, I think I will just stop here and I will continue the following materials in the next video.